had a go at installing some heated grips on the KTM 1290. First, do we have any heated grips? We do. Also got some other trinkets. I think maybe they can wait for spring. Not really that exciting, but this is exciting to me. I've always said if you had a T27 hex on you can nick anything you want off of a KTM. Maybe that's not quite true, but it's close enough. Open sesame! Hello. A lot of people out there scared of KTMs for some reason. Ooh, it's not the worst. It's in some heat. And the reason you're not wearing gloves, Alex, is... the grand reveal. Come on! Wiggle! Woo-hoo! I'm excited. Let's plug it in. Like with all bulbs, there's a keyway on the bulb that tells you which way they want it to plug it in. Or just remove the boot. Make my life a little bit easier. Let's pop that in, make sure it doesn't wiggle. And then we can see this other clip was never engaged, so it's a learning curve. Let's get it engaged and lock this down. There we go. Let's pop this lovely boot back on. I will keep the old bulb because it works. Please go to ktm.com/manuals with no reference. I think we can figure it out, can't we? Some stuff gets plugged in, some other stuff gets plugged in, that gets tightened up. Yeah, makes sense. Let's try it. The side. Ooh, nice screen. Yeah, there's oxidization. It's in a lot of miles. You're coming with me. Well, you are. A little fight, aren't you? Routing looks fun. Coming out of here, going down there and into there. It's windy outside, so I've got to figure out how to get these through there. This piece come off or anything? Very much aware of those torque things I put on the throttle. Don't want to lose them. They take up the throttle slack, so I'm going to be so careful. Well, they didn't come off with the throttle tube, so I assume... Oh, there's one. And the other's the other side. Okay. This throttle tube, which is heated, has got an electrical wire coming off of it. And then there must be a way out for the wire, so I need to be so careful as to what orientation I install it, so that the wire can escape. So I'll just spend a few moments figuring that one out. I guess it's one of these cutouts on the bottom, so the wire needs to be closer to the bottom, which means throttle needs to go in this orientation. Is that right? Let's try. Unlike the standard grips, this throttle tube doesn't want to go in without a fight, so it looks like I need to release the actual back and then bring these two together. As with most things, make sure your bit fits really well before starting to undo anything, or you're just going to end up rounding it all off. These haven't been undone since the bike was new, so got to drill them out with coal bolt now. Off with your head. Off with your head too. So and get some kind of separation and tidy this mess up. These are two culprits. Thread locker. That'd be why then. Holding it carefully because it's so hot. Can you see the blue thread locker? I looked online, replacement switch gear with thread locked screws is somewhere in the region of 150 quid at the moment for a second hand one. And who's to say I won't have the same problems, yeah? So just got to work it through. Just having a bit of a tidy up, clean everything up, make sure everything lines up ish. Got my little Torx bit things that take out some of the slack, and I'm just going to fit everything up, see kind of like how it fits, clean up both casings, put them around it before I'm happy. Then I'll go looking for some screws to replace those that held in the throttle potentiometer. So there they are installed. I just kind of pushed them into place, and the theory is I'm going to push this over the top, but I just got to be wary of this wire, which I think comes out the bottom of the casing, but I need to make sure that when I add throttle that this wire isn't being pulled. So positioning is everything. So I'm just going to do a couple of experimental, I mean, have I installed those race talk things right? Tell me now, or forever be sealed. Turns out they're not the right heated grips. So I did a search on Google for the correct part number, which then took me to Triple D Motorsport, correct part number, correct price, which then took me to their webpage, and I went ahead and ordered them. I just saw the 044, went ahead, no problem at all. What's happened here is the number's different. So although it comes up with this number, which is my part number, when you go to their webpage, it gives a different part number. And that is because the incorrect part number is in the title code of their HTML. So, very kindly, I've given them a call. I've explained what's going on here so they can fix it. And they've said, hey, just send the grips back. We've actually got a set for your bike. We'll put them to one side, and we'll send them to you by return. So I'm now going to pack up my grips and send them off. So whilst I get ready to send back, I thought I'd dig out a couple of screws. That one there is going to work a treat. I don't know about that one, but they fit beautifully. It's really about the thickness. I think they might work. I think they're going to work really well. It's disappointing and all, but mistakes are made, and it's just costing me time and a bit of postage. So it's not the worst thing that could ever happen. Let's pop the bike back together and I can get back on the road.
You just gotta keep living, man. Livin'.